You're listening to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, presented by Brandon Elliott. This show will be going over all aspects of real estate investing and is intended to educate, motivate, and prepare you to take action on your first or next real estate investment. For more information, please visit BrandonElliottInvestments.com. Thank you for listening and enjoy.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. And boy, oh boy, am I glad to be back. Glad to be home. Vacation was amazing, but I am glad to be back with each and every one of you guys to be able to speak with you and chat about what we love the most, real estate investing and credit. And at the end of the day, what I want to cover here today is what's stopping you? What's holding you back from investing in real estate today? You know, I'm hearing a lot of crazy stuff. At this point, we've had over 200 episodes. We've been doing this for over 4+ years. We have over 50,000 subscribers and downloads on a regular basis. And first off, I just want to thank each and every one of you. Without you guys actually participating, without you communicating, without you guys, subscribing and showing love with the reviews and sharing this out, tagging people that needs to actually hear this, be able to give them the transformation that they need, we wouldn't have any of this, right? So I just want to first and foremost thank you for tuning in, for participating and giving it your all, sharing this content, and of course hitting the subscribe button so you get the newest notification every single Monday, and leaving reviews. 5-star reviews helps us out the most to be able to show the love with all the algorithms out there, right? But I wanted to talk to you guys because I've been hearing, with all the content that we're giving out and helping so many people nationwide in America with real estate investing and credit. We've been hearing amazing testimonies, but then we also hear people that are constantly listening and simply aren't taking action and don't have their real estate portfolio yet. They don't have one property underneath their belt, and it breaks my heart. So what we want to identify today is what's stopping you. What's really holding you back? Is it the finances? Is it not identifying how to pick a strategy, not identifying a location, not understanding how to run the numbers, not knowing where the funds are going to come from or how to hire on the contractor? Is it from not, feeling confident in yourself? Or what is it? Are you too busy? Like, what is it going to take for you to actually be able to implement these strategies and take these gold nuggets to heart to actually be able to get those breakthroughs? Because if you're tuning in, I believe that you desire it. I believe that you give a damn, you care, and that you want the breakthroughs. There's just something inside that's holding us back that we might not even acknowledge in the forefront, but deep down, there's something that's holding us back, and it could even be a generational curse that we need to break off to be able to get the breakthroughs that you truly deserve, right? You might be the very first one in your family that's considering real estate, or you have other people around you that are saying, whoa, what about the market or the presidency and politics and all this other craziness? What about COVID? How are you going to get banks to lend to you, or you just lost your job, or whatever it may be, with debt piling up, with all these other struggles going on. How can I get started into real estate? Well, today I want to cover that with you. And overall, we've covered every bit and piece of this, what we just covered right now in that short minute or two. We've covered it throughout the podcast, but to concise it all in one, and to be able to give you guys some short, concise, straight to the point, no BS, no filter, no fluff here, to get you true results in the next 30 to 90 days, this is what you're going to want to do. Okay, so you're going to want to, first off, take notes on this stuff, be prepared. And if you're driving, then take it to heart, really, as I speak these numbers out and give you the homework step by step. I want you to say it out loud. There's something powerful behind speaking it into existence. Okay, so speak it out loud. And then when you get the opportunity later on, when you're home, when you're in front of your computer, or you can listen to this on your phone, make sure that you are writing this stuff down. You're taking notes on it and you have the playbook. All right. But it doesn't stop there. That's just the beginning. And that's just the smallest little piece, okay? The next portion behind it is truly taking action behind it and living with no regrets, no insecurities behind it. The worst case scenario, yeah, like let's think about it. The worst case scenario, don't let fear come into play. The worst case scenario is never as bad as you truly anticipate it to be, okay? And understand risk tolerance of where you're at with your age, your family and everything. Like, don't let the devil or the negative stinking thinking come into play and start whispering to your ear, like, this is impossible. This is literally, sometimes it takes you all in, like going all in, investing into yourself and investing into these strategies for real estate investing to be able to get the breakthroughs that you deserve. And it's not just financial future. It's not just a bigger and brighter way of living. It's not just, not worrying about finances anymore. It's literally like generational wealth that can be created here. Okay. But for the average person out there, possibly even you listening to this, like 1 to 2, 3, 4 properties, 5 properties could be enough to be that life-changing just degree that just changes things. Okay. So let's not overcomplicate this. Let's not make it something that it truly isn't. Real estate is very, very simple. And I say that from experience now, but I'm telling you, like, I'm not a rocket science. I'm not like, I'm a moron. You guys can probably tell by like listening to me here. Please do not put me on a pedestal because I just don't deserve it. It's like, you guys can do this. You guys can more than enough do this. And it just comes down to canceling out the fear and taking action and moving forward with a plan, right? So write this down. Number 1, when it comes down to your homework right now, we need to pick a strategy, okay? You're going to want to pick a strategy for the simple fact that there are dozens upon dozens of ways to make money in real estate. That's just what it comes down to. Bigger Pockets says there's 100 plus ways. I personally think it gets exaggerated a little bit, and there are legitimately 30 plus ways to make money in real estate investing, okay? And you could be gravitated towards wholesaling. You could be gravitated towards fix and flips or rentals or the BRRRR strategy or Airbnb or mobile home parks or multifamily, commercial, like mixed use. You might be interested in any of these, subject to possibly, you could be. But you're not going to know until you really identify and you get a little bit of education on each one, just to identify what the heck is out there. Like, what are all the options? What are all the strategies out there? Just doing a little bit of research on each one to understand the basic understanding of what does it take from beginning to end with this strategy to have it successful. Okay, and I'm talking maybe 20 to 30 minutes, maybe an hour at the max doing your education on each one. It shouldn't take that long, okay? It gets pretty simplified and pretty simple at the end of the day. So think of it like this. You're going to purchase a property, you're going to do some kind of improvements to it, and then you're going to sell it or do a cash out refinance to get most of your money back, ideally, and still be able to pay off people or get the funds back. And it makes money, and you sell it at the end or you hold it for the long term. Okay. So you just got to understand, what does the strategy look like? And from beginning to end, having just a little bit of education on every single strategy will not just equip you and make you a stronger individual and investor, because God forbid, like if plan A doesn't work out, well, you've already been educated on all the options out there. So you'll quickly identify with, whoa, that's not going to work out like we had planned. But I know this option over here and this strategy right here, we could use as a backup plan really quickly to pivot and shift to still make this deal successful. And I think that's a huge key point to take away here, that I truly believe many real estate investors simply fail when it comes down to real estate investing. If they fail because the simple fact that they aren't educated on all the other platforms, like all the other ways to pivot. like they only had plan A in mind. And when that fell apart, they didn't have any other options. So they went all the way to plan Z instead of coming up with a backup plan of plan B, C, D, E. You know what I mean? So it really comes down to when you're well adverse of all the different strategies out there, you're basically, it's like a tool belt, right? You have a big tool belt, and at first it's all empty because you're brand new. You just put on the belt, you know, that you decided you wanted to be a real estate investor. You put on the belt. And then as you start getting equipped and start getting educated on all these other different ways, these different strategies to invest in real estate and make money, then you start adding tools into the belt. And then you're fully equipped at the end with, you know, an arsenal of ways to get out there and attack it and to be able to make any type of real estate investment a successful one. So we have to start there and figure out, you know, how like, what are you truly going to resonate with as well? I believe that's a huge key to it as well. Like, you don't want to do anything in life. Life is way too short. So you do not want to do anything in life that you're not going to be happy, excited, and just above and beyond else, like truly motivated each and every day, jumping out of bed, just excited about life. You know, if you're doing real estate investing right now and you're not feeling that, it's because the strategy that you are taking advantage of simply isn't for you. There's something else out there that could definitely make the pivotal point. So I encourage you to you know, expand and try out new opportunities. But needless to say, after picking the strategy and getting well equipped with it, then deep dive into it. And then let's see exactly what is it going to take for you to be able to pull this strategy off. Okay, so that's number one, picking the strategy. Number two for homework is going to be identifying your location. And you got to know it. Like, you really need to know your location. Okay, and I don't want you to overcomplicate this. Like, there's no need to overcomplicate it, but just do research on your area. It could be your own very backyard, or it could be 3,000 miles away. You know, it could be coast to coast. It doesn't matter to me. I've done both, and you can too. At the end of the day, you know, I started off here in San Diego, California, investing 3,000 miles away over in Ohio, and it's great for cash flow. Appreciation, I could, you know, dream for one day, and hopefully it'll come around. But cash flow is what we've settled with. And the burst strategy over there works like bread and butter, you know, like having no money into these deals at the end of the day, and being able to repeat the process, having a small mortgage of $250 or, you know, $400, $500, but it rents out and it brings in $1,000 plus or $2,000 plus. You know, it's like, I'll take that every day because it's passive income and it's mailbox money. So it really adds up and it makes sense. But that's how I left my restaurant jobs. Like, that's how I left my horrible 9-to-5 that I was suffering with and I was tired of being tired with, you know what I mean? Of working for somebody else. Setting myself up for success with just getting a dozen properties over there helped fulfill my goals and dreams and be able to fill up my bank account enough for me to be confident in my month to month, knowing like, hey, the first just came around and I got money from it. And, you know, in a couple more weeks, we got the first coming around again, and tenants are paying. So it's like, now it's comfortable enough to be able to leave and move forward and focus on something that will fulfill me and get me excited each and every day, right? So identifying your location, there's many ways to do this, but simply building the relationships is what I like to do the most. Okay, building the relationships, I can't stress this enough. It really comes down to networking, building relationships with the community. I'm talking all the RIA groups, Chamber of Commerce, the local banks, credit unions, the big banks in the area as well, the managers, the brokers, the real estate agents, managers in the area, property management in the area, little local restaurants and diners, you know, like speak to everyone, speak to the librarian, speak to the local schools, the local coffee shop, local neighbors, you know, like look on Zillow and Redfin to see if there's any for sale by homeowner. Even if it's not a good deal and you're able to talk to that individual one-on-one, start asking their neighbors or start talking to them and asking them about the neighborhood and the area and what's up and coming and where is construction going and where what's the plans with the city. Like, identify the area and truly know it inside and out. There's always three things that you want to look for when it comes down to location. It's job growth, it's population growth, and it's something unique about the area. Having those three right there will set you up for success. Okay, and you don't need to have all, but if you can get as close as possible to that, it will set you up for success. Okay, so job growth is just looking at the areas. There are new job opportunities being equipped and coming into play that is slowly increasing over time, and they're projected to increase greatly over the next few years. That's something that you want to capitalize on, right? Because that means people are moving in. There's good opportunities. People are going to start making money over here. Like, they need housing, right? And besides job growth, the population growth is how are people actually motivated to come over here? Is there, what's the reasoning for people to be over here? Is it the middle of nowhere, or is it somewhere where, there's a lot of great things moving into the area? Maybe a sports team is coming to the area, or, and little tips and tricks behind this is simply calling around and checking with the local moving companies and moving truck rentals and so forth, seeing where are they all going? Where is the biggest majority of moving trucks, the one-way trips, and they're going across country or wherever it may be, like, where are they heading? And then you'll be able to see, okay, we have a lot of inventory kind of coming over here. We have people that are fluctuating over into this area. Why are they doing that? And at the end of the day, finding something unique about the area is really what sets things apart. So for me personally, I'll just speak from, tell you a quick story. So back in the beginning of like 2000, around 2014, early 15, we identified a certain location in Ohio that just announced the semester before it. Within, it was about a month or two, a couple months prior, they announced the local university that was very popular in the area announced that they had no more housing available for juniors or seniors because they were growing so quick. Okay, so do you hear that? These are key factors here. Growing so quick, they have very popular in the area, and they had no more housing available for juniors or seniors, meaning that juniors and seniors now have to find off-campus housing because they can't build quick enough. And this is a great opportunity that, as long as we can get it close to the university, we can capitalize. Okay. Another thing that set this apart was in this little area, there's 2 to 3 big investors in the area that were in their late 80s to early 90s. Okay. That is powerful right there. What are they doing with all these properties? Each one had at least 40 to 50 plus properties. That's a lot of properties when you're, at that age. Are you passing it down to family members? Are you putting it in a will, a trust? Where are these properties going? Who's managing them? The thing is, their families were pushing them to actually sell those properties and get rid of them and cash out before they passed. And that's what they were doing. So it ended up becoming more, and because of their age, they started delaying maintenance on a lot of their properties. So it ended up just becoming a more distressed area and a buyer's market because of how much supply and demand, how many properties are getting pushed into this market, right? And not enough people knew about the market. So these are all buying indications for me. It's all factors, right? But identifying, hey, is this a good class area? Is it an A class area, B class, C class? Like, what is really driving people to this area? Is there a good name, a bad name? Just understanding all these things as a big, huge factor that plays across the board. So, and you can do your research on places like census.gov or USA.com. there's numerous different websites that you can do your due diligence about the local area and newspaper and so forth. But I personally like and highly recommend build those relationships, identify and network with the wholesalers. And overall, if you know your strategy, you know the type of product that you want, the property that you're looking for, when you're building these relationships and identifying your location and truly know it, then you're going to spread the word very quickly. And all these people are going to know in this local area what you're looking for. And then you'll start having leads come in. Okay. And that's the power behind it. You'll have leads coming in that, hey, it's time to do the work now. Okay. You think that was all work. Truly, that's just the very, very beginning. Now, this is the secret ingredients, right? This is the third part. Okay, so for homework, the first one was pick strategy, right? The second one is identify your location and know it very well. And then this third one, this is the key ingredient right here. Okay, if you screw up on all the others, at least do this one. It's so important to analyze at least 3 deals per day and submit offers on them. Okay, that's your third piece. Analyze 3 deals a day and submit offers on all 3. I don't care what the numbers are. I don't care if they're asking $1 million and after you doing your due diligence and you're running your napkin numbers. When I say napkin numbers, I'm not saying go deep into due diligence for days. I'm talking a 5-10 minute analyst of the numbers and crunching, looking roughly at a couple pictures of what this project is and what's entailed and making your best estimate, guesstimate decision of what is this going to truly cost and how can I make money on it, then that's what I'm talking about right here. But when you do that, I don't care if, they're asking $1 million and you come up with, I can offer 20,000. I don't care as long as you have reasoning for it and you can back it up. Okay. Do not offer lowball numbers with nothing to back it up. It's a smack to the face. You'll lose respect very quickly and you'll go nowhere with it. All right. So be mindful with your numbers but have reasoning behind it and best be able to back it up of why you're offering this. You can say, hey, I need, the windows are going to be 10,000 or just, expect a little bit more for everything. If the framing is going to be an additional 5,000, demo is going to be a couple grand, a new roof is going to be 10 grand and gutting the bathrooms and kitchens are going to be 5 to 6 grand each and putting it together another 10 grand, whatever it may be. And then a miscellaneous of maybe 5 or 10 grand because this is your first time doing it, right? And then how much do you want to actually get paid on it? Do you want 5 grand, 10 grand, but put it all in there and have that as reasoning why you're submitting your offer if they ask. Okay. And if you believe that the numbers are so far off, then I would include why why the numbers are so far off to your understanding, just so it's not a big smack to the face and there's like no reason behind it. All right. But it really comes down to the secret ingredient right here is you got to analyze deals and you're going to want to submit the offers on them. I don't care if it's, don't waste your time. If you analyze the deal, even on napkin, and you did 3 of them, don't submit just one. You just analyze the deal. Every single deal has a special number behind it that will make it work. Okay. And all you need to do is go back and say, hey, the only way I can make this happen is if we get creative. I gave you 5,000 down, and then I complete the remodel. I'll pay you the rest later on after I sell it and so forth. Like whatever it takes, whatever makes sense, however the deal works and however you can get creative. It's always either, identifying whether it's going to be terms or the price. Is it going to be the cash behind it of the deal, the number, or is it going to be terms, getting creative on the deal? And that's where, basically creating the terms of being more financial savvy and the sellers can make more money on creative terms in most cases if they negotiate it that way. But it really just comes down to if you're not submitting offers, Okay. If you're not submitting offers, you will not get a deal, guaranteed. Somebody that tells me, hey, I'm struggling with getting a deal, the first thing I'll ask them is, cool, how many offers have you submitted this week? And they'll be like, oh, well, none. I can't even find a deal. What do you mean? They're where do you live? Like, where do you live? You live in the desert, nobody else is around you. There's deals, you live in a house, most likely. And then there's properties right next to you. There's other people living near you, like analyze their deals, knock on their door and submit an offer. I don't care what it is, but you got to submit offers. You got to play the numbers game. And it might take a couple hundred. Honest to God, it might. It truly might. In this, it's a funnel, identifying that this market is somewhat more difficult, but it's not at the same time. I hate when people say that. It's more difficult for the brand new person because they're not taking action. And they're competing against people that are very savvy like myself. But, there's 12 offers the other day on a deal, and I got it because I simply negotiated the best terms. I knew what it would take. I knew that somebody else out of the 12 different offers alongside mine offered $200,000 more. $200,000 more. Just let that sit with you. Like, somebody offered $200,000 more than me, and somehow their offer did not get accepted, but mine did. Okay. So there's reasons behind that. It's because simply like the seller had more confidence that I could close and I could perform, and I wouldn't lead them on, and I wouldn't delay or have issues with funding, right? Maybe they had concerns about the other individual saying like, they're not going to close. Second is the financing behind it. I had all cash. He had financing and financing contingencies, and then also inspection contingencies and a drawn out process. It would be about 60 days to close with this individual that offered 200,000 more. And with mine, no contingencies, close in 10 days and all cash. And also with the down payment, they offered, 5,000 or 10,000 to potentially, put as an earnest money deposit. That's like skin in the game, that they had a bunch of contingencies, so it's irrelevant. They could always get it back. Me personally, I offered $50,000 down earnest money deposit with no contingencies, going hard right away, meaning that they get access to the 50,000 right away, and I cannot get that $50,000 back any God-given like terms behind it. Like I'm if I don't close on the deal and get the property and pay the rest of the amount, they walk away with $50,000 cash, and then they can resell it to that guy that's offering for 200,000. You know what I mean? Or anybody else. So, but that's how I got my offer accepted, by being very savvy and knowing how to position myself, let them know exactly what they wanted to hear, and give them exactly what they wanted, so that there's full confidence in me, and that I wouldn't be the issue, and I would make the whole closing process, the whole procedures of this real estate transaction with ease. And that's what you want to do. But before you even get to that stage, you got to submit the offer. Okay. I submit offers on a regular basis whenever I'm looking for real estate deals, and you should too. Okay. And I guarantee it, and I stand boldly behind this. No BS here. This is straight, like, do this and you'll see the results. I guarantee it. If you do this right here and you submit 3 offers per day, and you do this for 30 days to 90 days max, guarantee it, you'll get at least 1 offer accepted. Guaranteed. It's no BS behind it. You'll get something, at least a counter offer back. Okay. And then you'll be able to negotiate and get that much closer. But that's the way you get deals. It truly is. It comes down to it. I've had students do this numerous times, and within their first 2 weeks, and they're just clueless, like wet behind the ears and brand new. And it just comes down to them following these simple steps, building the relationships, like picking the strategy, building the relationships, knowing the area, and analyze, getting people to send them deals, and then them just going through those deals, running the numbers, submitting the offer back, and getting one accepted within the first couple of weeks. It's that simple. So I don't want to overcomplicate this. I'm going to leave it at that for today. And that's it. It's really not that hard. And I want to just let you know that you're that close. Like, do not give up. Please don't give up. Real estate has been life-changing for me. Absolutely life-changing and breathtaking. If you really sit back and think about where my life was to where it is today and the impact that we're making, not just like with the podcast that we're so grateful for it, and for our Credit Counsel Elite family and community, and for credit repair, but like literally think about the trajectory, the change that life has pivoted with just our families, like Jennifer and my family. Just thinking about the generational curses that were on our families of not owning anything, like no ownership and not having passive income. Like if they ever got sick or relying on other people, like, and it didn't come through, like they're screwed. It's like, that's not what our family's future looks like anymore. And I'm really, really proud of that. And I give all the glory to God for it. And I just want to say that, like, you're 3 feet away from gold, that old saying, right? Like, you're that close, and you might've been digging for hours or days or months or years. Like my very first deal, I was studying real estate for 4 hours every single day, no exception. Every single day, I got addicted to it every single day for 4 hours for 2 full years. Okay, 2 full years, 4 hours every single day. I don't even know what the math is on that, but it's a lot of hours. And I was pouring into it until I felt confident and bold enough. And I only submitted like 30 something offers over the 2 years. Does that make sense? It's like, it's not enough. So I encourage you, when I finally got in, like once I finally got some deals accepted, like it was 3,000 miles away. I believe the numbers originally were like closer to almost 160 or 200 deals I was looking at that I got like sent to me. And I quickly narrowed it down to 120. And then by the time I actually like showed up in person, we had a list, no exaggeration, of about 60. And then we quickly narrowed that down to almost half, because the realtor was like, oh, not this area, or like we're driving past and it's like, oh no, not that one. We can just mark that off. We're not going to actually go in there. So we quickly narrowed it down to about 30. After that, after touring all of them and doing our due diligence and actually seeing, hey, are any of these really going to work? Just doing the tour, the walkthrough, we came up with 5 out of the 30. So it's a big funnel, as you can see, 200 down to 120, down to 60, down to 30, then down to 5. But that's what it takes. And then we submitted offers on 3, and 2 of them got accepted right away. So I didn't submit the offers on the other ones. And at that point, we just, we closed on both of those 2, but, and it went back and forth negotiating for a while. So it just comes down to, you got to submit the offers though. I promise you, but it can be totally life-changing. I was working 2 restaurant jobs here in San Diego, making $45,000 a year annually. Like, not much at all, not being able to live. Thankfully, the 2 restaurants fed me each and every day, so I didn't need to worry too much about food. I had roommates at the time, cheap rent. But at the end of the day, it's like, there's something bigger and better out there for you. I want to encourage you to realize that, acknowledge it, and take action on it. It can be the pivotal point to break off whatever is in the past, or whatever somebody's been saying to you. It's like, it's not needed. You deserve bigger and better. And at the end of the day, it's your moral responsibility. It's your responsibility to make the best out of yourself and hit your pivotal point, to hit the success that you deserve. So give it your all, work your butt off, and you'll reap the benefits. And it's not going to be instant gratification, but boy, oh boy, in the shortest time possible, I'm talking a couple of years, you can literally change your life forever in a very drastic, amazing way. And it doesn't take much. It does not take much to be able to get an additional $5,000 to $10,000 passive income per month. And with certain property, like we have one property that appreciated over $300,000 last year. Just one property, guys. One property brought in, in equity, and that's icing on the cake. I didn't pull from it or anything, but I can pull, do a HELOC. It's like when there's a will, there's a way. But real estate will be able to change your life financially, make the bigger impact on your family's future, be able to give you the freedom that you deserve. If you're ever sick, God forbid, you can take that time off. You get time back after you get financial freedoms and financial breakthroughs. You get time breakthroughs, and then you can spend the short amount of time that we have with whoever you want, wherever you want, whenever you want, and truly live the life that you are desired to. So I appreciate you guys all for tuning in. I do pray that this hits you exactly where it needs to, and that you don't take this lightly, that you take this to heart. If you don't have your first real estate deal yet, this is for you right here. Okay. Love you guys all so much. What you can do is check me out on Instagram. It's Brandon Elliott Investments. Otherwise, facebook.com/Brandon Elliott Investor. If you need any credit repair done for you services, check out creditrepairmobile.com. Otherwise, if you're interested in all the amazing techniques that we're doing in Credit Counsel Elite, showing you exactly how the banks and lenders are judging you so you know how to play the game, and then showing you how to fix credit very quickly. I'm talking hours, up to 10 business days. And after it's all fixed, getting it up to the 800 FICO score, being able to build up and do a mass apply, getting several six figures in funding, applying for 10, 20, 30, 40 plus credit cards all at once, removing the hard inquiries right after, obviously, but getting several six figures in funding, the sign up bonuses with that, the just new bank account sign up bonuses and credit card bonuses as well. And then being able to do that every 6 months, but also on the business side of credit, within 1 year's time frame, you can get actually over 7 figures in funding, over $1 million you can get in funding to be able to just grow your businesses, to be able to start multiple businesses and leverage it. Like once you have all the funding in the world, we're flipping the scripts on the banks. Exactly what they've been doing to us forever. We're flipping the script and we're getting access to all the funds at 0% interest, and we're putting it to work, leveraging it, buying properties, completing all of our remodels so you don't get screwed over by contractors, being a hard money or private money lender with credit, starting e-com businesses automated for you that are generating several thousand to several six figures per year, just extra income, which is amazing. And then literally just being able to travel hack for free, travel the world with who you want, when you want, where you want, and living the dream that you deserve. If you guys are interested in any of that, then I highly encourage checking out our next webinar, which is not this coming Thursday, but the following. And it's every other Thursday. It's a live webinar. Otherwise, you can check out the replay, but you want to go to www.creditcounselelite.com. And then right there, there's a learn green box right there that you can be able to see, learn more. And you can watch the replay or jump on the next live, but it is next level. It's a great mastermind. We have currently 98 members in there, and I'm just super blessed to see all the success that each and every one of them are grabbing and gravitating towards. But with that being said, love you guys all. Make sure you subscribe to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. Leave that review. Leave that 5-star review. Tag somebody in it that needs to see this. When you subscribe, you get the newest notification every single Monday, and it just means the world to us. So we love you so much, and we will see you on the very next episode of Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast next Monday. Till next time, guys, stay blessed.
This has been another episode of Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, brought to you by Brandon Elliott. For more information, please visit BrandonElliottInvestments.com. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Thanks again for joining. Until next time, God bless.